Why are 034 Motorsport upgrades better than OEM hardware? Well, there's a lot of different answers to this question. However, it depends. Well, let's start on one end of the spectrum. Is it depends what you're seeking from the parts on your car. So Audi is an OEM manufacturer. They have stringent reliability and quality standards. They have an impossible mission of pleasing as many people as possible, customers. They have regulations, laws, international in every country in the world that they sell in. They have investors, they have a board of directors, they have legal, lawyers, liability. Um, they have a budgets, very strict. Like literally, if they could save one penny on a spark plug that they use 10 million a year of, you can see how the numbers start to add up. Um,
Scale. I mean, some of these items
yeah.
that you can't scale to a
It
full
has to be
production level.
scalable. It has to be manufacturable. It has to be fast and efficient to install on a production line. All this stuff, right? So Audi does an amazing job with all that, and this highly compromised, comfortable, pretty reliable car shows up, and then we get to do our thing, right? So we get to build on top of what they do. So, like for example, our control arm kits. We're not engineering control arm kits from scratch. So we're taking the work that Audi did and whatever manufacturer they worked with, and we get to analyze that, build on top of that, right? So we don't have to recreate it in most cases. Now, in some cases, we are completely recreating the product, but um, the difference at the most fundamental level is at 034 Motorsport, we're doing everything from a perspective of typically performance, driving enjoyment, long term reliability. And so we can kind of strip away a lot of those compromises. We don't really care about the people who want really soft, quiet rides. Those aren't our customers. So we get to like throw them off the bus. And what we're left with is a group of people who love to drive fast and like to have fun driving their car, who are okay with a little bit more noise and vibration. In fact, they like it. They want to hear the exhaust louder. They don't mind a little NVH. They don't mind hearing the road noise. In fact, it helps them feel what the car is doing when they're driving it. And so then now we can really fine tune the products on the car to this much smaller group of people, and we don't have to make as many compromises. Okay. So that's the number one thing, that advantage we have over OEM is we can cater these parts for you all who have very similar tastes and interests. Now within that there is some range. Some of you all like really stiff, raunchy stuff. Some of you guys really want it to feel OEM, but you want it to perform better. And so there is some challenges there for us. And
Yeah, and
typically,
yeah, we do have compromises that we have to
yeah.
choose. We're not
And
completely
many
open.
times we offer different products, So we have our motorsport line of mounts and suspension components, and then we have Dynamic Plus on the other end, and then we have Density line, and then within Density line we have Street Density and Track Density. So again, we're we're still taking out the compromises by releasing two different products for each. Audi kind of does that. They have the A4 and the S4, and if you really want the highest performance and you don't mind more vibrations and whatnot, then there's the RS4. Uh, but as far as like what's better about our products, typically they always perform better than factory. That's our commitment. If it's a performance product, obviously our carbon fiber engine cover doesn't make your car faster. It just matches visually the design cues of the intake, hopefully that you bought from us. That does add horsepower and performance to your car. Typically, our products are more reliable than factory. They'll last longer, especially like if you're talking about our density mounts or our motor mounts, our control arm kits, our silicone breather hose kits are pretty much lifetime products. The factory hoses need to be replaced like every few years. So those are just a few of the things. But we're here to make improvements on factory. We're not here to make worse stuff. I mean, That's the only
We're
reason we
directly
can
equivalent.
exist.
We're
That would be pretty stupid. Like, why would a customer come to 034 Motorsport to get something that's worse than what they already have on their car? So there's just a really fundamental concept that we have to be better than the factory. Otherwise, we have no reason to exist.